Okay, editing a roof is just like editing the ceiling or the floor. You simply click on it, and if you go over here, you can edit the type of roof. Let's first duplicate it, and let's just name it, let's do asphalt shingles. Click OK, and you can edit the structure just like everything else. And right now, there's not much in there. So let's think about a roof. I like to, everyone models the roofs a little bit different on what they take into account for the thickness. In my head, I'm going to account for the top piece of the truss, so the framing, which is usually 2x6 or 2x10. And then on top of that, there is the waterproofing, and then there's your material. We're not going to worry about the waterproofing, so let's just worry about the top chord of the truss and then the roofing material. So I said let's do a 2x10, or let's do a 2x6, just to keep it thinner. So a 2x6, if you remember, dimensional lumber is not the size it says it is, so it's not really going to be 8 inches wide. It's going to be 7.5 inches wide. And in fact, I think like a 2x6 would be 5.5 inches wide. A 2x8, which is probably what we should use, is a 2x8. 2x8 is even different. When you start to get by 2x8, 2x10, 2x12s, it's no longer half an inch shorter in the long direction. It's 3/4 of an inch shorter. So if you're ever trying to do this for real, you should probably just go look it up. What you need to know is dimensional lumber is weird. So you just need to go look up the actual dimension. So I know from heart, because I do this all the time, we're going to do a 2x8, and the 2x8 is actually only 7.25 inches thick. So I'm going to put 7.25 inches. We'll pick the material as that soft wood, I think is what we picked. Soft lumber. And then we need to insert a new material, and we're going to put it up on top because top is exterior. And we're just going to make it's going to be thin. Shingles are not very thick. So let's just we'll do 1/8 inch thick. And you can see it, put it in there. Now let's pick the material, and let's do, I don't know, let's type in shingles. They do have asphalt shingles, so we'll click that. And then you can pick whatever color you want. I tend to like a dark gray shingle personally. So I'll click that. And then there's no pattern. So let's try and pick a pattern. We want a model pattern. And what do they have? Let's use 6-inch shakes. So it'll kind of look like wood shakes, but that's okay. That's close enough to asphalt shingles, I guess. All right, now we've made our new material. We'll assign that new material to our new wall. We'll click OK and OK. Or sorry, not wall. We were making a roof. And then those shingles get applied to our roof. And then we need to remember to change these two other roofs that we created to the same type. So asphalt shingles. So now you might need to take a look. You'll see that the thickness, now it's showing all the lumber on the edge. So a way to fix that is to put the fascia on the roof. So this is a new command, and it has nothing to do with really editing or customizing the layers in the roof, but it does go along with roofing. So let's, if you go to the architectural tab and you go to the roof command, if you scroll down, there's something called roof fascia. So you can click the roof fascia. It'll remind you to save, in my case. Now what you do is, fascia is a little complicated, so I'm not gonna show you how to edit much more than the material. But if you go over here, you can pick, well, in this template, there's only 1x12 fascia. So that's what we're gonna get. So when you apply fascia, you just pick what edge of the roof you want to put the fascia on. So I'm just going to put fascia around my entire roof here. So you just go around clicking the edges. Okay, and if you get funny joint lines, well, or if you pick something you don't want. So for example, I accidentally put too much fascia on this. So let's click the fascia, and if you come up here, there's an add or remove button, and you can click to remove it. So I'm going to hit escape because I removed it. And what I actually wanted to do is extend this piece of fascia. So if you click on the fascia, there's these little dots. You can extend it like that. Then what we can do is if you click on the fascia again and you edit its type, you can come in here and see how there's a material option. You can click in there and you get this little square, click the square, and now we can pick something. So maybe we want, let's just type in black and see what options we have. Plastic's not the best idea, but it'll at least work. We'll use black plastic. Click OK and OK. Oh, it's transparent. So maybe that's the wrong material. Let's click that again. So over here on the material, you can see where we have the color. Underneath that is a little transparency bar. Let's make it 0 transparent and click OK. And click OK, and now it's black. So if you want to make it gray, we can make it gray to match. Let's maybe just duplicate the plastic, and we'll call it gray. And we can, I don't remember what shade we used exactly, but we'll get it close. There you go. So now we have there. Okay, the other thing you can do is you can add soffit underneath the roof. Soffit is exactly like ceilings. You just draw a sketch like you would for a ceiling, but the command is buried. You go to roof, and then it says roof soffit. You would click there, and then it would allow you to sketch in floor plan. You could sketch underneath the roof the way you wanted it. I'm not going to bother doing that. Because I think soffit probably gets a little too outside this course, but if you wanted to, you could put soffit in. So there you go. That is how you customize a roof.